explanation as to why the report was late. If you just told me like, oh yeah, I was busy, I'd be like, whatever. And he was like, I'm in a lab. There's no reception. Not a lab. Whatever the fuck. I have a lab. No problem. Oh, sorry, an egg hatchery. Fish egg hatchery. Whatever.
Why don't we get a new one for the price?
Honestly, I believe it. That money.
You know what I'm talking about, right? There's always those like, woo.
It's fun.
Jack, is food services meeting at the same time? Because we have the basket thing.
Yes, food services.
Yeah.
Adam, we all set?
No,
Is this live?
Yes, it's live now.
no one watches it. My mom watches.
He's like, oh god.
I have no idea. Yes, we can. That's not really how live works, Sarah.
Right. I call to order the February 6th meeting of the Student Government Association. We are live streamed and recorded in the center of the room. Please review your agendas while Adam just roll call.
Caitlin Dugan.
Here.
Timothy Allen. Here. Isabella Cattell.
Here.
Scott Dwan.
Here.
Nick Palumbo.
Here.
Anderson Dallaire.
Here.
Gage Glanville.
Here.
Crystal Mills. Naomi Brito.
Here.
Travis McLaughlin.
Here.
Betty Soa.
Here.
Benjamin Burnham.
Here.
Kayla Leary.
Here.
Ariane Baker. Abby Glashan. Desiree Brown.
Here.
Fabian Morales.
Here.
Haley Kane. Isabel Moniz.
Here.
James McDonald.
Here.
Nick Black.
Here.
Savannah Souza.
Here.
Miles Jordan. Gavin Fazio. Jacob Constant.
Here.
Austin Morgan.
Here.
Brandon Rita.
Here.
Maggie Roberts.
Here.
Daniel Lyons. Liam Connor.
Here.
Angela Hayes.
Here.
Chris Piro.
Here.
Are there any corrections for the January 30th minutes? Seeing none, minutes are approved.
Now for your president's report, Nicholas.
Hello, everyone. Today we have a very special guest coming down all the way from the Office of Financial Aid. I would like to introduce Ceci Winiarski.
Hi everyone, how are we?
Good.
Good, awesome. So,
Let's pull it up. Yeah, it's coming up in 2 seconds.
okay. So I'm just gonna present just like a general thing about the financial aid office because there's been a lot of new updates recently and we just want to make sure everyone knows. So, Office of Financial Aid, who we are. So, this is our beautiful office. We're located all the way in the Horseman Center and we're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30. 7-person staff, as you can see right there. We have a director, 2 assistant directors, an admin assistant, and 3 financial aid counselors. I'm a financial aid counselor, and over there is another one, Zainab. Woo! So, what do? We don't just give out free money. The Office of Financial Aid, we also assist students with filing their FAFSA, so if you have any questions or need any help with that, that's what we're there for. Making the best financial choices and processing loans and work study forms. Even if it's a small question, seriously, like you can just email us, call us, we'll be able to answer it for you. Can I just come to the office? Yeah, you sure can. So we're in an office space with the admissions office and student accounts. If you have any questions, you can always stop by. But if you don't want to make the hike over to Horseman, which I get, especially in this weather, we also have an email that I check daily. It's financialaid@westfield.ma.edu, as well as a phone line, 413-579-3080. So, pop quiz. Do you need to book an appointment to chat with a member of financial aid office?
No.
Not necessarily. So you're essentially right. If you have a specific time you want to come in, totally you can, but you can also just walk in. So no, you don't have to have an appointment. All right. I know this is everyone's favorite topic, the FAFSA form. So FAFSA, free application for student aid. In filing the FAFSA, you are seeing if you're eligible for any federal student loans or federal grants. But it's not only that, essentially a ton of schools, including Westfield State, if you don't have your FAFSA on file, we can't see if you're eligible for state aid or any additional aid because we don't know like your tax information. But through filing the FAFSA itself, you're potentially eligible for an unsubsidized loan, a subsidized loan, Pell Grant, not a Parent Plus loan, ignore that, I forgot to enter that out of there. So the 2025 FAFSA. So this one's completely different. It's usually released in October, but as you guys probably know, this one was released in December. Along with the delay in the form itself, there have been delays within the receiving of the form and information from the FAFSA website. What financial aid are you potentially eligible for when you fill out your FAFSA?
Pell Grant, unsubsidized loan, subsidized loan.
Good job. There's also SGOG and Federal Work Study, which StateNet deals with, so if you think that you're eligible, you can just shoot her an email. So more about the FAFSA. In a normal world, students like you would have your awards by now, but of course this is happening right now. The Department of Education recently announced that we will not be getting information about the students until March. So that means all students, so I meant to say prospective students are not going to be getting their awards until April, including you guys. So yeah, super fun. But if you're stressed or if a student's talking to you and they're stressed, don't worry. We're here to help you guys. We do have a few webinars coming up for parents and students that might be a little confused about this situation. If you just want to email the office, we can book an appointment, chat, whatever you want. When's your award coming? You should expect your award by June of 2024 for this upcoming year, which we know it's cutting it close, but that Department of Education just loves to keep us on our toes. So this is a big question we've been getting in our office. You made a mistake on your FAFSA, so what should you do? Because we can't see the information until March, we can't edit anything. In March, definitely reach out to our office and we can see if we need to make any changes or if you yourself do need to make the changes. And yeah. If students have issues with anything in regards to their FAFSA, when should they reach out to the office? Anyone?
Immediately.
No. Late March. All right. Any questions?
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Ceci?
You can tell me you did it.
Brandon, Rita.
Hi, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, of course.
Rita,
Oh my God, I feel like the president right now.
Just with everything being delayed, how would you help students that get like additional loans, private loans? How would you plan out those added to the late information that's coming?
Ooh, that's a good question. So usually we would, are you saying if they got a private loan and they want to get another one for the next semester or just in general?
So sometimes the financial aid doesn't cover everything, they
Right.
have like a supplement loan.
Yeah.
But with everything being so late, should they just get the loan, a private loan sooner than later or wait till the results come out?
Definitely wait until your results come out because you may be there, because the form's so new, you may be eligible for additional funds through the FAFSA that you weren't eligible for before. So I would definitely wait until you get your FAFSA, see what you're eligible for, and then from there you can see the bill and then go from there to get that covered loan.
Sarah Harrington.
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
I was just wondering when those seminars that you were talking about are going to happen.
So we have one tomorrow night. We have one on the 13th, which is going to be a Spanish one because one of our employees is Spanish, so she'll be doing that one in Spanish. And then we have one on March 13th.
Your address, Sarah Harrington.
What time and when?
6 p.m. on
Or
Zoom.
Where?
On Zoom, so they're super easy. If you just want to watch it in your bed, you can totally do that.
Chris Barrow.
Hi, thank you for coming down. I'm Chris Pirro, student representative at large. I just want to know, you said that the Department of Education is having a delay this year. With this being said, is this having an impact on receiving commitments by first-year students in our admissions? Do you know that?
We've definitely been seeing obviously a change in admissions. A lot of people haven't committed yet because they don't know their financial aid awards, but yeah, definitely a change, but I obviously don't know that much about it because admissions has more of the statistical stuff, but definitely a change.
Daniel Courier.
Hi. I haven't, from what I recall, I don't think the current students got an email about the FAFSA information sessions going on these evenings. So is that only for prospective students, or are those also for current students and their families?
They are kind of for both. They're mostly for like prospective students, but if you're curious, you can definitely log on. I just made on the Westfield State website, there's a page called the 2024-2025 FAFSA. If you go on that website, there's going to be at the very top, there's like links to those 3 webinars. So if you just want to sign up for them, you can do it there.
And then readdress.
Dan Courier.
I would certainly encourage the financial aid office to send an email to all students.
Okay.
I know we've already done that for the in-person one,
Mm-hmm.
but I would definitely encourage that for current students if they're going to be virtual.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Isabel Moniz.
Hi, thank you. Seeing as how we won't really be hearing decisions regarding our financial aid until June, will that change when our bills are being sent out?
As of right now, I don't think there's gonna be a change in the bill date being issued, but again, because so many changes, I'm not sure if the offices are gonna realize that this is coming out late and they know that students are gonna be stressed about the situation. Yeah, for them to be like, we should maybe delay it a few months. So as of right now, there's not a change, but it's a slight possibility that can happen.
Kate Megan.
Hi. Our job as SGA senators is to advocate for our other students and their needs. So I wanted to share that I have a friend who I took to financial aid. She was kind of in a stuck position, and just because of all the help that you gave her, she's able to finish her final semester of nursing school.
Yay!
You should have seen the relief on her face.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that because of you, she is able to be a nurse, and so on behalf of her and for myself, just thank you.
Yeah, of course. That's what we're there for, guys. That's what we're there for.
Our financial aid friends are very nice. They just
Yes.
know as well.
Yes. Exactly. Literally, even if it's a dumb question, just email us. We'll answer it.
Except for the law last week. Is there any further? Seeing none, thank you so much. Did I miss one?
No.
Oh, no.
I'll just share.
Laura Farrell.
Yeah.
Just a friendly reminder that Ceci will also be putting on a great informational session with the changes in FAFSA this Friday during a common hour in collaboration with you all, because we saw that there were a lot of questions coming up. So we wanted to create just another opportunity for students to get information right across the hall in the hour.
And there's going to be a lot more in-depth conversation about the FAFSA itself and that, if anyone has any additional questions.
Okay, any further? Seeing none, thank you, Ceci.
Yeah.
That's funny because my first bullet point is about the SGA collaboration with financial aid. Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. I only have a few updates today. First, there is a FAFSA info session this Friday at 1:40 in the Owl's Nest. This is an excellent chance to ask questions about FAFSA and this year's application process because it has changed. Next update, the parking system has been fixed to my knowledge, and they're ticketing again. So if last week was not a significant enough incentive to move your cars, hopefully ticketing being up this week will. As a reminder, elections will be happening soon, so if you're interested in running for any of the executive positions, please meet with the person that's currently in the role and ask them what they do in their day-to-day. Being on exec can be a bit of work, but it's a fantastic experience, and I encourage anyone to run if they feel like they want to. Lastly, this is a reminder that we are going to be picking for the Blue Key Committee today, so please, as I said earlier, remember that there are members of your class who might not be sitting with your class council in Senate, but are still members of your class. Also, please remember, sorry, I read it. I also recommend choosing student leaders who will be able to consider this award critically for the nature of what it will discuss. That's all I have for my report.
Any questions, comments, or concerns for Nick? Seeing none, thank you, Nicholas. Senator of the Month report, Nicholas.
Well, you don't have to clap, I'm already here. I'm filling in for Elizabeth very briefly today. So, good evening. The Senator of the Month goes to someone who has worked tirelessly on celebrating the seniors. She has done a phenomenal job with Senior Week, putting in efforts towards great events and activities for the end of the year. We are very proud of her because she has done an outstanding job for all 4 years of her presidency. Keep up the good job. Congratulations, Caitlin. The award is floating around, Katie. I will get to you at some point.
Any questions, comments, or concerns for Nicholas? Seeing none, thank you, Nicholas.
Congrats, Katie. Board of Trustees report, Daniel Courier.
All right, good evening. The Board of Trustees will be meeting this Thursday, February 8th, in the President's Boardroom located on the second floor of the Horace Mann Center. The following are the times that each committee will meet. 9 to 10 is the Enrollment Management and Student Affairs Committee. 10 to 10:45 is the Advancement Marketing and External Relations Committee. 10:45 to 11:45 is the Academic Affairs Committee. 12:30 to 2 is the Financial Affairs Committee. 2 to 2:45 is Audit, and 3 to 5 is full board meeting. I will be presenting my student trustee report during the full board meeting, where I'll be highlighting recent campus events, the valiant efforts of the university community, meeting the challenge to put on multicultural programming in the wake of Dr. Pierce's departure, and our forthcoming Relay for Life event. I will also be spotlighting various students for their athletic and scholastic achievements, providing updates on SGA issues and initiatives, and recapping progress on my own initiatives, including the centralization of student job postings. I encourage all of you to watch my report and our proceedings as a board in person, hopefully, or watch the live stream at westfield.ma.edu/live. There will also be an investment subcommittee meeting on Friday, February 9th at 2 o'clock. We'll be meeting virtually to discuss our quarterly investment earnings, progress related to the establishment of a new bond portfolio, and the initial groundwork needed to select our next investment advisors. This meeting will also be live streamed for viewing by the campus community. Should you have any questions, please let me know.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Daniel Courier? Seeing none, thank you, Dan. Strategic Planning Committee, Daniel Courier.
The Strategic Planning Committee has just completed its second full-day session with our consultants, SME Strategy Consulting, as the committee works to develop a strategic plan for the next 5 years. As a reminder, the university is approaching the end of its current 5-year strategic plan. A 5-year strategic plan is required by the state's Board of Higher Education. It is intended to guide the university in its decision-making over those 5 years. Due to the pandemic, the UAC process, change in leadership, and numerous other factors, we probably have no idea what is in our current strategic plan. Our committee is committed to developing a bold strategic plan that addresses the challenges the university is facing, can be brought into existence by the entire campus community, and can be tracked easily to gauge our progress. Although each member of the committee may differ on quantifiable goals, we are aligned in our expectation that the next strategic plan focus on increasing enrollment, stabilizing our finances, engaging the entire campus community, including students, and providing a relevant education for the next generation. We will, however, need to prioritize particular items in order to have a strong chance of accomplishing what we set out to do. Today's exercises focus on the future of Westfield State University and the risks and roadblocks we are likely to encounter over the next 5 years. None of us can truly predict the future, however. Who would have thought in 2019 that everyone would be sent home in the March of the following year? We did, however, note potential roadblocks in the next few years, including the lack of faculty buy-in, the chance of a cyber attack, major scandals and bad PR, the rise in university consolidation efforts on the state level, and change in university leadership. Tomorrow, the committee will begin to set its top priorities and action steps. Everyone in that room is eager to get into the details and change Westfield State University for the better. The next strategic plan is expected to be drafted, brought to various constituencies for review, including this body, and ready for board approval this June before being sent to the Board of Higher Education. Should you have any questions, please let me know.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Daniel Courier? Seeing none, thank you, Dan. Common Hour Policy Task Force, Jack Linden.
Good evening, SGA. I'm doing my first Common Hour Task Force report. Last week, the common meeting, our task force met at 12:30 to 1:30. On Wednesday, we discussed the all chairs meeting we had that Monday, what went well and what went wrong. A few things we discussed that went well. We discussed how bringing copies of the proposal and letter for all the members of the committee was good. The faculty and all the chairs seemed engaged and were listening, and there was some silent support in the room. The 2 points we discussed that didn't go well was the time and how they were against the time, and the other was that we didn't really explain well enough, we felt, why we picked that time. We're going to work on coming up with a better explanation for why we picked that time and how it will only have positive effects on the student body, faculty, and staff, in our beliefs. The next thing we talked about is the MSCA and meeting with some of the members of them to loop them in on this process and work with them as well. Dan discussed how he's been communicating with Claudia, and if they can't do a meeting because of time-wise, how we're just gonna send questions to Claudia. And then the last thing we discussed is an IRB survey to kind of get more information. Second to last thing, I missed that up. IRB survey to get some information about, from students, faculty, and staff to see if we can use it to help strengthen our proposal. And the last thing we talked about was getting some more information and reaching out to people that this would impact, such as SAC, the athletic one, club leaders, class councils, community council presidents, athletics, as well as others who could benefit from a common hour during the day to kind of garner more support. We will meet again next Wednesday to discuss this and more. That's all I got.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Jack Linden? Seeing none, thank you, Jack Linden. University Curriculum Committee, Scott Dewan.
Good evening, everybody. UCC met last Friday on February 2nd to review and revise courses in the math department. Half the discussion led to new general ed proposals, and the other half was non-general ed proposals. Starting with the first half, we did math courses from 104 to 153, specifically math 104, 105, 108, 110, 111, 113, 115, 123, and 153, where all of them were either slightly revised or unrevised with their course descriptions. And then with the second half of the discussion, courses 306 to 348 specifically, 306, 334, 342, 343, 348, and 03XX were all either revised or unrevised, except courses 334, 342, and 348, where a change in the description and prerequisites were changed in 334 and 342, but then course 348 was removed. If you have any other questions for me or Sarah or Kendall, please let me know.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Scott Dewan? Dan Courier.
Hi, Scott. So I was reading the minutes for UCC, and I know there's going to be extra meetings.
Yes.
And I know that from what you're gathering with the committee and with the chair, does the committee expect to actually go through all the score proposals this semester, or do they think that's not going to happen?
I don't have the proposals right now, but I do know the expected change dates is not going to be every Friday. So I'm assuming they're taking more time to review them before each meeting. If that answers your question.
Point of information, Sarah Harrington.
I know that if they don't get most of the proposals in by March 1st, then it will get passed this year. That's like the end date. I don't know if they're making an adjustment for score, but I know that that's the date.
If I can read this, there's also information. So, because we're under the expectation that it's supposed to be coming in the fall, I'm very concerned if we're not going to, there's a lot of proposals that haven't even been submitted yet. So I'm hopeful things get done, but I'm very concerned that we've been saying it's going to happen in the fall, and now we're falling behind because people can't submit their proposals or get it through. But that's just my 2 cents.
It's really interesting.
Any further? Seeing none? Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Vice President for Publicity, Sarah Harrington.
Hold on.
Just for a point of privilege, the mic died, so we're just fixing it quick. Do you want? Yeah. Christine sounds yeah, thanks, Sarah.
Hi. Last Sunday, Outlaw Committee met and they discussed the theme, decoration, and marketing. Their next meeting will be Sunday over Zoom. Moving on. Last week, Liz introduced Blue Key. Blue Key is the highest award given by SGA for student leadership. We're going to do nominations today. There will be two people per class can sit on Blue Key. If there are more than 2 people nominated who accept it, then we're gonna have to, that class will vote on who will sit in it. Liz is chairing it and Joseph will also sit on it. Does anyone have any questions before I ask for nominations?
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Sarah Harrington on Blue Key? Nick Plum, is that a question or Nick Plumbo?
Does Liz Mercer count as a person of the class?
Liz and Joseph both don't count.
Thank you.
Any further? Move on to nominations.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it by first years first, and if you're a first year, when I ask for your class, I want you to raise your hand. So for all first years, can you raise your hand? Is there anyone who wants to nominate someone, a first year to be on? Okay.
So, point of information, nominations must come from the class.
Okay. Does anyone in the first year class want to nominate another first year?
I nominate.
Ben Burnham?
Patty, do you accept your nomination? Any other nominations for the first year?
I nominate
Jacayla Leary, do you accept your nomination? One class down, okay,
Are there any further?
are there any further?
Seeing none. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, class of 26 second years, raise your hand. Would anyone like to nominate Justin Moore?
I nominate Chris Carroll.
Chris, do you accept your nomination?
I do.
Okay, would anyone else like to nominate?
I nominate Justin Wald.
Justin Moore, do you accept your nomination?
I do.
Any further?
Seeing none, you can move on.
Okay, third years, class 25, raise your hand, please. What? Oh.
I nominate Nick Palumbo.
Nick Colombo, do you accept your nomination?
Yep.
Any other nominations?
I nominate Jack Whitten.
Jack Whitted, do you accept your nomination?
Yes.
Any others? Okay. Fourth years, class of 24. Raise your hand, please. Anyone like to nominate anyone? Katie Egan.
I nominate Scott Blunt.
Scott Dewan, do you accept your nomination?
Glad.
Anyone else? Katie Egan.
I nominate Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, do you accept your nomination?
I do.
Are there any further nominations for the class of 24?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the nominations for Blue Key Committee?
So
It's been moved, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries, congratulations. You did great. Isn't it stressful, right?
Oh,
It's fine. No, you're fine. Parliamentarian report, Justin Wall.
Great, hello everybody. The Rules and Regulations Committee met last Friday to go over many constitutions. We unanimously approved the History Club Constitution, Class Council Constitution, and Commuter Council Constitution. As of right now, 3 out of 4 class councils have approved their constitution, which will make its way to the class in 2027 Friday for final approval. I will also be meeting with the Commuter Council tomorrow on Zoom to get their input and hopefully approval as well. Either this Friday or next Friday, the committee will begin the process of reviewing the constitutions of the many clubs we have on campus in order to keep them up to date and ensure they have a proper constitution. Now on to the more pressing matters. The Rules and Regulations Committee reviewed the Turning Point USA Constitution. The president of Turning Point was present for questioning by the committee, so once we had all relevant information and once he left the committee, we could begin the process of reviewing the Constitution. During the hour-long process of reviewing the Constitution, the committee found several issues of formatting and some bits that did not line up with the SGA bylaws in regards to the Constitution. And we decided to table it pending further edits, and it will hopefully be further reviewed Friday. That's it.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Justin Wall? Seeing none. Thank you, Justin. Class of 2027 report, Jaquela Leary.
Good evening, everyone. The 2027 council met for the first time this semester last Friday. We discussed new social media outreach, so please stay tuned to our Instagram at westfieldstate.2027. We are very excited to share that are developing a fundraiser for March, so please keep a lookout for more information, maybe having something to do with luck around March. I also want to wish everyone good luck for upcoming elections and encourage you all to share what SGA is and invite them to run for roles in March.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Jaquela Leary? Seeing none, thank you, Jaquela. Okay, is there any new business? Seeing none. Any further? Or, yeah.
Announcements.
Announcements? Dan Courier?
I know probably no one will go to this, but I'm going to say, if any of you are interested in learning more about taxes or about accounting, there will be an event with a partner at a CPA firm in the area on Thursday at 5 o'clock in Wilson Park. Thank you.
Caitlin Egan?
100 Days to Commencement is on Thursday. Please help us spread the word at 7 to 9. The transportation starting in front of Scanlon at 6:45. We have free food, backgrounds for photos, a cash bar, raffles, and Nestor. Please tell your senior friends. Thank you.
Are there any further announcements? Scott Duan?
101 days to commencement.
Roll call.
Caitlin Egan.
Here.
Timothy Allen.
Here.
Isabella Patel.
Here.
Scott Dwan.
Here.
Nick Palumbo.
Here.
Anderson Delaire.
Here.
Gage Glanville.
Here.
Crystal Mills. Naomi Brito. Travis McLaughlin.
Here.
Patty Soa.
Here.
Benjamin Burnham.
Here.
Jaquela Leary.
Here.
Mary Ann Baker. Abby Glashan. Desiree Brown.
Here.
David Morales. Haley Kane. Isabel Moniz.
Here.
James McDonald. Nick Black. Savannah Souza.
Here.
Miles Jordan. Gavin Fazio.
Here.
Jacob Constant.
Here.
Austin Morgan.
Here.
Brandon Rita.
Here.
Maggie Roberts.
Here.
Daniel Lyons. Liam Connor.
Here.
Angela Hayes.
Here.
Chris Piro.
Here.
If there is no additional business, I call to adjourn the February 6th meeting of the Student Government Association until February 13th. Why do you take my Taylor?
No.